Good morning and welcome to March Skill Air Museum, where we will honor the life of Master Michael Ty Kettenhofen today and in the future. As a temporary exhibit will be on display at the museum beginning tomorrow, and a more permanent remembrance planned afterwards. Ty is survived by his daughter Quake and her mother Carrie, his father and mother Mark and Chris, his siblings by birth Greg, Garrett, Randy, and Gavin, his brothers in arms with Silver Wings and the Golden Knights, as well as a community of family, friends, and fellow service members that stretch across the nation and around the world, many of whom are present today, and others who could not attend but join us online in our thoughts and your prayers. My name is Chaplain Isip, and it is my privilege to join you today on honoring Ty. As we begin, I would like to share a bit of context for today's ceremony. We are surrounded by two things that Ty was probably not terribly interested in, and that would be pomp and circumstance, or seriousness and sadness. Ty specifically asked that, or the worst to happen, recognizing that the danger comes with the duty, that people not be sad and not wear black. Well, in keeping with that tension that he mischievously concocted, I would simply say this: please be at ease, and in perhaps a poor paraphrasing of Henry V, we will do enough to do it justice, but now is not the time to wonder whether it could be more or less.
I got to call on my brother for 16 years. He got to call me sir for 8 years. You might know, Ty saw things a little different. So, despite what he may have told people, I was neither his little brother by age or height. In fact, after a few drinks, maybe more one night, Ty tried to convince me that we were basically the same height. So he proceeds to prove it to me by whipping out a tape measure. And I'm watching him use this thing to measure my height. And I'm watching him have to reach his arm up over his own head to reach the top of my head. And I say to him, how are we the same height if you have to reach so far up? To which he replied, you just don't know how tape measures work. Okay, Ty. His other great loves were his parents. I don't think I've ever heard a son talk about how cool his parents were in my life. And when I first met Mark and Chris so many years ago, they didn't disappoint. And when he talked about his family and friends, maybe he wanted to move to Southern California. This Southern boy in Southern California. But I hate In and Out, so I just couldn't. It's just a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger. Ty packed a lot of life into his all too short life and body. Always a risk taker and always living on the edge. But that's what we truly admire about him. So I've gotten to hear a lot of stories about Ty, but who is this man to you? The daredevil with 100 speeding tickets and a Cadillac, the pocket bills. The cherry you got, the guy making the straight Jaeger bombs, which I hated. The friend he became to so many. My first salute. The son, the soldier, the leader, the husband, a father, the knight. So I think maybe what I'll remember most about Ty is that everyone got their own special version of him. As the chaplain read, Floyd Mark and Chris named him Ty, because he could do that. He could tie people together. He could be a part of any group, a motorcycle riding teenager, a best friend, a knight, an NCO, father, a husband, a son. But everyone got to know their distinct version. But he always tried to link those groups as evidence by everybody he hit. He was the tie that binds so many together with his smile and his laugh. Only he could do that. So I'll attempt to say farewell to Ty with a quote from Khalil Gibran. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart. And you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your great delight. I'd like to now introduce our first class Danny Elma, very good friend, fellow Golden Knight, teammate of Ty's.
Ty helped me learn how to smile and laugh again, just by being himself. I may be the largest person on the Golden Knights, but I've stood in Ty's shadow more than once. All of us have. Pure greatness is an understatement on how Ty lived. One person can only usually be great at one thing in life, whether that is focused on their career, being a father, a son, or a soldier. Ty was all of those, plus more, and the epitome of what should be defined as greatness. Ty deployed multiple times in the defense of his nation, taking the fight to uncharted territories against anyone that threatened our freedom without reservations and a complete lack of care for his own safety. Ty was the crusader that confronted and maimed armed, grown men not able to sleep at night because they knew if they did, a giant in the dark and with green eyes would be the last thing they would ever see. On the other side of the spectrum, Ty was also the man that could jump out of a plane at 14,000 feet in front of millions of people, do any number of required maneuvers that only a handful of people could currently do in the world, land on a piece of fabric that is the size of a dinner plate, all without breaking a sweat. Following the jump, Ty would go over to a shy little kid, teach them how to pack a parachute, show him or her they could have a remarkable future ahead of them, despite their current circumstances. He and I would constantly have discussions on how we can make the team better in all aspects. A large number of teammates discussed what they want their legacies to be on the Golden Knights. All he wanted was that when it was all said and done, he could look back and say that he made the entire team closer in the end. He just wanted to tie us together.
Josh and Danny didn't already say. But it's good to be here with all of you this morning, just to take this opportunity to honor and share in the memory and celebration of the passionate and abundant life that Ty led. If you take a moment to look around at each other this morning, he's what we all have in common and who has brought us together, all 400 of us. I found it ironic this morning listening to Josh, Danny, and Chaplain that we each came to the same conclusions about who Ty was and what he brought to each of our lives independently of one another, which I think speaks more strongly than anything else, just the impression that he made on each one of us and how accurate it is. In one of his greatest poems, 19th century Scottish poet Robert Louis Stevenson describes for us a life well lived. The man is a success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of intelligent men and the love of children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who leaves the world better than he found it, who never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who looked for the best in others and gave the best he had. By that perhaps best definition of all, Ty was a success in every possible way, and we'd all do well to pattern our lives after him. He held nothing back, took nothing for granted, and pursued his every undertaking with full vigor. From our limited perspective here on earth, he was truly a candle whose flame burned bright and was extinguished far too soon. But as he did in life, he continues to do in death, and that's to bring people together. He was a respected soldier, an accomplished skydiver, a loving father, and a cherished teammate. But perhaps what he did better than anything else was to be the glue that held people together. That's an often overlooked but essential ingredient to have in a team and in life. And now we owe it to him to fill the void he's left behind with the playful and energetic love he showed all of us. We have a saying in the pre-fall community that exemplifies the emotional roller coaster all of us have been going through the last couple of weeks. That's blue skies, black death. I've been pondering that saying lately, and it's come to take on a new meaning. Blue skies represents the highest highs of flying amongst the birds, experiencing a view of God's creation that few people witness, and overcoming your fears as you hurtle through the atmosphere. On the other side, black death represents the lowest of lows, the surprise, the loss, and the pain of having your closest friend ripped away without warning. Going through these extremes of life is what produces the level of camaraderie we all now share that words alone cannot express. A friend recently shared a thought that stuck with me. That thought is this: you can always tell where a beautiful soul has been by the tears and the smiles left behind. If the volume of tears and laughs that we've shared just over the past several days is any measure, Ty's beautiful soul is a lighthouse, beckoning to us from beyond to also love one another and take nothing for granted, as he did. The closing statement of the Golden Knights Creed provides us a lofty goal to aspire to, and it goes like this: when I have gained the respect, admiration, and gratitude of the American public and my teammates, then I will have fulfilled my mission as a Golden Knight. In the book of Timothy, the Apostle Paul said it similarly when he went to Rome, before he went to Rome to be executed for his faith. He said, "For I am already being poured out as a drink offering, and the time of my departure has come. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith." Ty, you have fulfilled your mission as a Golden Knight. You have fought the good fight. You have finished the race. Great mission, my friend. Lastly, to Ty's family, I'd like to say thank you for making us feel like a part of your family this week, for embracing us and loving us like you do your family, your extended family. The Golden Knights are committed to you, and I want you to know that we will always be your team for the rest of your life. If you ever need anything, we're here for you. Like it or not, you're stuck with us now anyway, so we love you all very much. Thank you. Blue skies, we serve.
also like to present to you the Presidential Memorial Certificate, which is signed by our current president in honor of your loved one's honorable and faithful service.
Ty has touched all of us in individual ways, and the best thing you can do is tell the stories about it to each other. If you don't know somebody here tonight, go up and talk to them and ask them how they know Ty. And I think we'll all gain a far greater knowledge of my little brother. The Shirley Temple story is one I heard. Well, the guys who know about the Shirley Temple story, that's a good one. But I want to toast everybody who's here and also my brother Ty. So, lift your glass. Ty, Sante.
God.
Shannon Alder wrote, "Carve your name in hearts, not tombstones. A legacy is etched into the minds of others and the stories they share about you." There's no question Ty etched his legacy on the minds of anyone he met. Truly, the only question is, what name is carved into the heart of that person? No matter the name or names he carved in your heart, I can assure you the legacy is consistent. And it is only a matter of context or situation that changed the name for someone else. As you listen to the stories of people with another name carved in the heart, you will no doubt picture the same bravery, fidelity, compassion, love, lighthearted attitude, and dedication to duty that you associated with it. Monsignor Big Head, Puppy, Kitty, or whatever name he carved in your heart. I was going to end with the well-known quote by General Patton about such men living, but I felt the Sidious had Tyrone in mind when he wrote, "What you leave behind is not what is engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others." So, as we raise our glasses and have one more toast to his legacy, I want you to sound off with the name he carved in your heart. Puppy. Josh.